Hey guys, how's it going? Hopefully you guys are doing fantastic. If this is your first time checking out Chula Divine's channel, what is up? My name is Amy. If you're returning, welcome back to my channel. So this is DF message to Divine Masculine. So let's just get started. So the first card that's coming through is kind of weird. Well, not weird, but it says, I'm sorry I ghosted. So like I said, sometimes these rules can be reversed. So take this message however you need it. But I really feel like where this message for these Divine Feminines is that a lot of them are disconnecting. A lot of them, like Divine Feminines could ghost as well. It depends on where you are on the spectrum. But I feel like this is just going a little bit further. This is Divine Feminines coming through and saying, look, I've waited long enough. And now I'm in a point where I feel like me leaving is the only choice that I have. So I know it says I'm sorry I ghosted, but I'm trying to channel the not the flip side, but the more in-depth message, because it is Divine Feminines. So with I'm sorry I ghosted, I'm so sorry I hurt you. When Divine Feminine disconnects, when Divine Feminine pulls her energy back, that is going to have an effect on Divine Masculine. He's going to feel that. And I've been telling a lot of Divine Feminines to do that, because the only way for Divine Masculine to go into awakening, to feel what he needs to feel, is to feel that sense of loss. So at one point on this journey, as you disconnect Divine Feminines, you are going to feel a sense of shit, should I be doing this? Because it's gonna feel good, but it's also going to be like scary, because you're gonna be like, is he gonna come back? Is he gonna run for me? Is he gonna chase me? Is he gonna come towards me? Right? You're gonna have all these thoughts, am I doing the right thing here? And I feel like you're going to want to apologize, and you're going to want to say this and this and this to Divine Masculine, but I feel like you need to just know that if you need to disconnect, if you need to work on you, if you need to take some time for you, then that's exactly what you need to do for you right now, okay? You're going to be asking for forgiveness, Divine Feminine, but I don't feel that's a bad thing. I feel like when Divine Masculine does come back and he starts chasing, it's going to be you telling him, I never wanted to disconnect from you. I never wanted to ghost you. I never wanted to leave. But I didn't want to wait anymore. In a weird way. Like that's what I'm hearing. Is that that's where the forgiveness is that I didn't want to wait anymore. And I felt like that was my only option at the time, was to disconnect from you. Okay? And like I said, you're going to be in your feelings, Divine Feminine. You're going to be on two different planks or two different wavelengths when it comes to separating from Divine Masculine, because this is someone that you've wanted. This is someone that you've been waiting on. This is someone that you have all of these emotions for and all of these feelings for, and now you're hearing, oh, you should disconnect from Divine Masculine, you should do this, you should do that, right? And it's kind of like, you're like, but if I do the opposite of what I want to do, it's going to scare him, it's going to push him away. But it's like, no, if you do what I'm telling you to do, he will come forward. But I feel like as Divine Feminines, you're going to have ups and downs in this twin flame journey. And you're gonna leave, and then you're gonna come back, and you're gonna leave, and you're gonna come back, and that's just part of the journey. That's just how it happens. But just to backtrack, because I know there are some Divine Feminines that have walked away from their Divine Masculine to go into karmic relationships or third-party situations. So to clarify those, because I know that there's some that watch it for that reasons, just know that your person, your Divine Feminine, is very sorry for ghosting. She's very sorry for hurting you. She was in her feelings. She's asking for forgiveness. That sort of stuff is really coming in strong. She's really coming in because she knows that that's not what she wanted to do, but that's what she felt like she had to do at the time, okay? So, I couldn't let you get close to me. I feel like on both parties, whatever, platform you resonate on, I feel in a sense of, you waited so long and so long and so long, and now it's like, I don't want to wait anymore. Now I'm going to put my walls back up. Now I'm going to try to protect myself. Now I'm not going to trust, right? It's like this need to just, maybe Divine Masculine was knocking down walls or something, and now Divine Feminine is putting up those walls, because it's just like, well, if he's not coming in, if he's not doing this, then I'm just going to put my bricks back up and, kind of not let anyone in. That's one of the messages that are coming through. I feel like also divine feminines have been through a lot of pain. They've been through a lot of hurt, maybe from the past. So that's kind of what I'm seeing shifting with this reading, is that it was hard for divine masculine to even knock down the walls of divine feminine, and it's hard for divine feminine to knock down the walls of divine masculine, because both parties have been through fair share of stuff that was meant to break them apart or tear them apart, and yet they're still going on. They're still holding strong, because it's a connection that can't break, no matter where you go, no matter who you want, like who you go to. You know, love just doesn't die. It's, you know, you're gonna love each other no matter what. It's just everything happens in divine timing. Everything happens when it's supposed to. There's a lot of delays that are going on. There's a lot of changes. There's a lot of things that are sidetracking both of you. You know, as this is coming from divine feminine, I feel like something is sidetracking her right now. So, like I said, a lot of divine feminines are going into new lessons right now, because the waiting around is just not something that they're willing to do, which there's nothing wrong with that. I feel like you need to do what you need to do for you. Don't listen to the people that say, if you loved your divine masculine, you should wait on him and blah, 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 because you know what? At the end of the day, what God has for you will be for you no matter where you go. So if you choose to allow divine masculine this time to awakening, if you choose to allow divine masculine this time to shift, to do what he needs to do, and you go off and be with someone else, that does not mean that you don't care about divine masculine, does not mean you don't love him. It just means that you're in a place of leaving your life up to God. You're in a place of leaving your life up to the universe, and not everyone wants to do that. A lot of people are sitting around and waiting for divine masculine, and that's your choice. But know that there are delays going on right now on both sides, divine feminine and divine masculine, and there are distractions. You know, something may have caught divine feminine's eye, but at the end of the day, like I said, look, it hurts being away from you. So divine masculine, divine feminine is really feeling this disconnection from you. She's really feeling like she wished she knew who you were again. Like, that's what I feel like. It's been so long since she's seen you or been able to really have a heart-to-heart conversation with you, that it's gotten to this point where, like, even though it says it hurts being away from me, I feel like parts of her, it does still hurt, but parts of her are starting to understand the journey a bit more. So for some of you, it's a bit more lenient than others this week. I'm trying to think of what to say. Yeah, divine feminines, you know, are in a place of needing to speak their truth, but how do you speak their truth? Because they're scared that if they tell divine masculine what he needs to hear, that he will leave again, that he won't understand. And that's the complete opposite of what they actually need to do. But until you know where you are on the twin flame journey, what do I mean by that? A lot of people are at the beginning of the twin flame journey. A lot of people are in the middle. And a lot of people are so close to union. So when you're looking at those three spectrums, because this could go numerous ways, but if you're looking at the beginning of the twin flame journey, you and divine masculine have yet to go through any awakening. You are just at the start of going through those emotions. So it's working through that emotion first. It's being able to work through what you need to work through in that concept. But if you're in the middle of the twin flame journey, most of the divine feminines have already gone through awakening, and now we're trying to understand why everything has happened. But if you're towards the end, not only have you learned what the twin flame journey is, but you are more adept to understanding where divine masculine is right now, because you've already been there. So wherever you are on the spectrum, it's just understanding that everything is happening for a reason. And there's, you know, divine feminine's going through stuff, divine masculine's going through stuff, but divine feminine says, like, you've opened me up in ways I've never been opened up. So there will never be anyone like you, divine masculine, no matter who she goes to, no matter who she ends up with. At the end of the day, like, God has a plan here. There's lessons that need to be learned. So take this video however you need it, but that's just kind of what the message that I have coming through today. So you guys have yourself a fantastic day, then I'll talk to you soon.